What's going on? Alright, today's fucking awesome. Look at us. You see our avatars? You see our guys?
Yeah, we got new avatars this week.
Look at us. I mean, I'm kinda not as jacked anymore. That's it. That's how that happened. That's how that fucking happened. What do you guys think? Let us know.
Yeah, let us know what you think of the avatars. We're probably going to be using them in the streams, in the videos on YouTube from here on out.
Yeah, we're getting the logo done soon, which is huge.
Yeah.
We're starting up another channel, just to put some more segments out there, more clips.
Yeah. Longer clips.
Yeah, longer clips. But
yeah, that way you don't have to watch the full stream to see certain segments or certain sections of it, so we can kind of break it down better.
Exactly. Probably 12 to 15 minute segments depending on what we're talking about. Today's going to be a really cool episode. We had some plans.
Yeah. So we had other plans too, but then we decided that this one thing is going to probably take us the entire episode. Yeah. So we'll just use the entire episode to do that.
Yeah, because crazy things have been happening. I've been reading Kengan, and Jesus.
Yeah.
Jesus. I'm reading both Kengans right now for different reasons. I was reading one for a debate topic, and then I have to I'm reading Ashura to go through the tournament arc for the things that we missed. Spoiler warning now.
Yeah, for Kengan Ashura.
Yeah.
Lots of spoilers for Kengan Ashura.
If you guys haven't finished the tournament arc and you guys are waiting for the the conclusion of the animation, I mean, this might jar you a bit. I'm gonna tell you, it threw us for a loop. We're still reading it, and things are going on. I'm just gonna point out it's one of the best written tournament arcs I've ever read.
Yeah, and I'm in agreement on that.
Yeah,
it's really good.
It's character development wise, how things come into play later on.
Even just how the fights are set up and they go through
foreshadowing.
All the fights. Yeah,
foreshadowing. There's so much foreshadowing.
It's great, and we if you watched last week's episode, we actually talked about. Well, we kind of showed some of our predictions for the fights. Most of them were wrong.
Yeah.
Not all of them, but most of them.
Most of them were fucking wrong. Yeah.
It's I think we got half of them wrong.
Yeah, that's
we got
fair.
About half of them wrong.
That's fair. At least half. Yeah. Well, I'm not even mad about them. That's the sad thing. I'm not even mad about them. The way this tournament is going, shit just happens in it, and you're like, oh yeah, you think this is gonna happen, and
no,
you're
wrong.
You're wrong. You're always just wrong. But
it's good though. It means that it's not predictable.
Yeah.
And that's I was really concerned that it was becoming very predictable, and then it threw me for a loop several times.
Yeah, no, for real. And the crazy thing about it is the fights. The fights are ridiculous.
The fights are they're so good.
So good.
There's so much first, it's actually using real fight tactics. Yeah. So if you're into any type of fighting, you'll like it just for that reason alone, because it's real martial arts and real wrestling moves and grapples and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I'm telling you, if you're an actual anime fan, the fight between Okubo and Fang will seal the deal for you. I promise you. If you're a legit fighting fan, I have yeah, there's some shit in Kengan that you'll really appreciate some of the tactics. Obviously there's some hokey martial arts. There's for sure.
A lot of hokey martial arts.
But then there's these crazy things that they do, like the Now Ya fight, which was nuts. That whole Now Ya Fang fight, which was nuts. I want to say that the beatdown that Hemorrha put on fucking Kaneda was pretty legit in the hallway until Kaneda snapped his arm in half. That was pretty nuts. But beyond that, we have a tier list for you guys today.
Okay, so let's open the tier list here. Boom.
Look at us.
We got a tier list.
We got a tier list.
So, I'm just going to mix up these characters a bit so that the order's a bit more randomized. But let's talk about the tier list. So what we plan on doing is, this is a list of every single character from the tournament arc.
Yep.
Sufficiently mixed up, I think. I don't know.
Yeah, reasonably.
So it's basically every single tournament fighter in this arc is in this tier list that we created here. And we're just kind of going to go through them. We're going to talk about each one. We're going to talk about their fighting styles, talk about what we think their strengths and weaknesses would be, talk about some of the people that they might win or lose against, and then tier them. Not this, mind you, the tier list isn't going to be purely like everyone who's above this character will beat them and everyone under this character will lose, because obviously there's going to be situations where certain characters will win in certain situations but lose in almost every other situation.
Yeah, you guys got to consider hacks as much as we have to consider hacks, and as much as I don't want to say it, Kengan's got a lot of hacks.
It does.
There's some hacksy dudes.
Okay.
Okay, where do you want to start? Like, what's the move? How do we go first? How do we?
Well, we just go for the first image on this, and the first image is Akiya. It's Akiya.
Oh my God, Akiya. Okay.
So, bit of backstory about Akiya. Akiya is a police officer.
A tyrant.
He's called the Executioner.
He is called the Executioner
because he's very much a vigilante. He'll take the law into his own hands, and he will literally torture and kill people.
Yup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get that for 1 sec.
For justice? He actually murders for justice.
Yeah. It's not like I'm going to imprison you for justice.
No.
I'm gonna kill you to death.
Yeah. To death. He kills to death, which is kind of wild. But he's got a pretty solid fighting style, I'd say.
Yeah. He's difficult to tier because of
his manager.
His manager. Because of when he's fighting, he doesn't fight himself. Or he doesn't fight on his own merit.
Yeah.
He fights with someone else basically telling him when to counterattack. And without that, he doesn't have a good strategy for getting out of like barrages. Like when he's just getting hit by attacks repeatedly, he doesn't have a good counter for that.
Well, like against the Gurkha. What did you say about the Gurkha though, bro? Oh my God, that killed me. It was like this man he said, what did you say? The Gurkha thing. What did you say? Bring the Gurkha some justice. Bring the Gurkha some justice. That was the funniest shit ever. But it's true though. Like Akiya was buckled down, getting smacked up by the Gurkha.
Yeah.
And he was stuck. Literally stuck, and had to turn into Gengar to get himself out of it. I wish we would have kept that. He had to turn his ass into Gengar. But, yeah, Akiya's kind of one of those weird guys for us to tier, like, because he's got fighting skill, but killing intent.
Yeah, he's got murderous intent, and that doesn't help his fighting style out.
No.
And it's almost like they knew that because his killing intent isn't there while his manager's telling him what to do. But I don't know. I say he's like,
I say he's a threat, man. I say B, like I want to say B tier.
I want to say B tier too. Maybe C tier, but also maybe B tier, and maybe we'll move him down if we get too many people in the higher tiers.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, he does actually know how to fight. He's not terribly experienced. He's strong and he's durable, which are useful things because he was taking hits from the Gurkha.
Yeah, like nothing.
So he actually can take hits.
Yeah.
And that does help him out.
And he can hit hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and when he's with the manager, he does have a good advantage for like being able to actually counter moves and stuff, as long as the opponent's moveset is somewhat predictable.
Yeah, exactly.
There's certain opponents that will just destroy him with that. Like, for example, Who's got a really unpredictable attack pattern?
Saw Pang.
Saw Pang?
I would say Kowloon.
Kowloon. Yeah, I was actually thinking those two as well, but
well, I mean, it doesn't really matter with Wakatsuki.
Oh, people that like Bondo, people who just don't have a strategy and just throw hands.
Mokichi fucking Robinson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You can't.
Okay, we're going to talk about Mokichi later.
Yeah, we'll get into Mokichi.
Jesus Christ, this guy.
Okay, so actually, the next one is Bondo.
Okay, Yohei Bondo.
So, yeah. So let's talk about Bondo. Bondo, he is a criminal.
Yes.
He is a criminal that they have apparently tried to execute 12 times?
I believe so.
Something like 12 times. And every single execution has failed.
Yep. And
I immediately look at that and I'm like, you're obviously not doing your job right.
And he fought Hanafusa.
Hanafusa.
And it was kind of a weird fight.
Yeah.
He didn't really do much in it.
No.
He just kind of tried to kill
Hanafusa repeatedly. He's like, oh, you're tiny. I'm just going to kill you then.
Yeah.
Again, this guy's a serial killer, so he goes into the match expecting to kill the opponent.
But that doesn't mean he does not know how to fight. So, like I said, I'm reading through the tournament arc, kind of blowing through it. And Yohei Bondo is a fucking nightmare.
Yeah.
Okay, so his body is essentially elastics.
Yeah. He doesn't, like, all of his joints have, like, 360 degree movement. It's pretty much just whatever direction he wants to move them in.
It's disgusting. And
yeah.
in Ashura later on in his fights with in his fight with Sen Hatsumi, right?
Sen Hatsumi, yeah.
He is fucking swinging his arms so fucking fast, he's smacking the ground and blowing the ground
He's
up.
basically using his entire arms as, like, whips. And he's just blasting the ground with them.
Now, Sen is able to kind of react to a lot of this stuff.
Because he's kind of stupid fast and stupid just good at fighting.
Yeah.
But, like, when he was versing the doctor, Hajime? Oh, I have his name here.
Yeah, Hanafusa Hajime.
Yeah,
Hanafusa.
Hajime. Yeah, Hanafusa. When he was versing him, like, he didn't really... He threw a couple, like, big shots at him, but for the most part, he just didn't expect that Hanafusa had anything against him.
Yeah.
Right?
No, it was more or less... Like, I'm just going to get a hold of you and break your ass in half.
And that's exactly what happens.
Yep.
He eventually gets a hold of him and breaks him. But we got to talk about something.
Go ahead.
So, the doctor actually, Hanafusa...
No, hold on. Because look where he is.
He's right. Oh, yeah, I guess we should get to that in a minute.
Okay.
So, yeah, we'll leave that for later.
Yeah.
But anyways, so Bondo, where do we put him? I think
Bondo's B tier.
I think he's B tier as well. Do you think...
Because there's a lot of dudes in the cast that just can't... No, I think he's A tier.
A tier?
I think he's A tier. Because I think there's a... The reason why A tier, I want to go with A tier, is because there's a lot of dudes that can't react
to his whiplash arms. And they deal a ton of damage.
They do deal a ton of damage. They're hitting hard enough to break concrete.
Yeah.
So, like, even the big guys are taking shells from it.
Yeah, and, like, when he was fighting Sen couldn't get close.
No, he couldn't.
And so it's like, if you're not fast and you're not, like, tough enough to take those hits, you're just never going to get near him.
Yeah. No, exactly.
Yeah.
And he could just walk you down and beat the shit out of you with that technique.
Okay.
It puts a lot of guys in the lower tier, like, at a disadvantage.
Exactly.
So I'll settle with A tiers.
I'm cool with A tier as well.
Yeah? Okay.
Next we have Ryan.
A tier. Ryan is A tier.
Okay, so Ryan is one of the only characters in the tournament. Well, actually, no, there's a couple that have it, but he has
removal.
It's called removal, but basically what it does is it gives him
spooky.
Well, we should talk about his backstory. So Ryan is actually part of it's like an assassin group, right?
Yeah, clan. A whole clan.
Yeah, it's a whole clan of assassins, and they literally
50 plus active members.
They selective breed their assassins so that generations down the line, they start to get basically more durable bodies that are able to use this thing called removal. And what removal does is it basically unlocks their body's potential.
Yep.
And
how high is Ryan's?
Ryan's is the highest level one, where he's actually able to get up to 100% of his body's potential.
Yep.
And the base for most people is about 33%.
Yep.
Which means he's about 3 times faster and stronger with this removal.
Yeah, so...
And even then, without his removal, he fights Oma, and he takes hits from Oma...
In base.
While he's in base. And Oma, we know that Oma can, like, break concrete and stuff with his punches, right?
Yeah, that's established. Oma's just been smashing concrete in base with his hands.
Yeah, and Ryan he's been taking hits from these guys without even going into his removal, which is where he actually has, like, all of his strength and just insane durability and stuff and speed. He was fighting
and Ryan
Robinson.
Yes.
And Robinson literally, once he went into removal, Robinson could not hit him with anything anymore because Ryan was too fast.
And Ryan has just admittedly started using martial arts after he'd been out of the tournament, and then just a bunch of crazy shit happened.
Yeah, he didn't even know martial arts. He was just big and powerful.
And fast. And liked to fight.
Yeah.
And fought without killing intent.
Yeah, he's just like, I don't want to kill you, I just want to pummel you.
But he will kill you.
Yeah.
He did try to kill Mokichi.
He almost did kill Mokichi, actually, yeah.
Except for Kengan Doctors, bro.
Kengan Doctors. Yeah, Kengan Doctors. We gotta not do that on stream because it makes a big clap for all the people watching. Yeah, so let's put Ryan A tier. I would say he's above Bondo.
Bondo. Yeah.
Because
I would say
Ryan is more of a threat than Bondo because...
He can get in.
He can get in.
Right away. Like,
yeah.
This is the thing. And even if he doesn't get in
and
right away...
he can actually take hits. Bondo can take hits too, but he can't take the right hits. Right? If you know where to hit Bondo, then...
Yeah, well... The thing with Ryan is like I'm pretty sure he could eat the hit.
I honestly think he could eat hits from Bondo, but we're just talking like
generically.
Well, yeah, like versing a regular opponent. Like I think Ryan can take hits better than Bondo can, and I think that Ryan can dish out damage better than Bondo can because he has more control over it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so now we got to talk about
Hanafusa.
Hanafusa, this stinking guy. So,
Hanafusa's a doctor.
He is a doctor. What do we have to say about this doctor?
He's the Kengan doctor.
He is the Kengan doctor.
And he's been accredited to just keep saving.
I don't know why he was in this tournament because he's really not a fighter. He's got one maneuver that's like not a gimmick, and it's like pressure points.
Did he actually expect to win?
I don't think so. I think he just wanted to...
Make money?
I think he just wanted to kill people.
He just wanted to kill people?
I think he just wanted to kill people so he could bring them back to life.
That's so viable. I respect that.
So this guy, he's a doctor. That's literally his entire backstory. He is the doctor.
Yep, he's the king doctor. He
has some of the most ridiculous gimmicks. First thing, he doesn't feel pain. He's completely removed his pain receptors in his brain.
Yep.
He did brain surgery on himself to remove those.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I actually asked Michael how he did that.
Yeah, and then I told a Savage here, I'm like, oh yeah, if you do brain surgery, you have to actually be conscious for it.
yeah, ridiculous. So he did it on himself. Yeah. Awake. Like a fucking savage.
He is a savage. He took out his femurs, and he literally...
Can we talk about the gimmick?
Yeah, we're talking about the gimmick.
Yeah. This is the gimmick. The bone swords?
The bone swords.
With the poison?
Well, we'll get into that in a bit, but he took his own femurs out. He shaved them into bone swords, and then he put them back in.
Yep.
And he can now retract,
Yep, he can retract them.
It's basically like a hidden blade.
But a sword.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's gross.
And
it's absolutely disgusting.
And he has a blood sepsis poison.
Yeah, and then he's got the stinking... No, this was specifically before the match. He doesn't have that constantly. He literally gave himself antibodies for a deadly virus, yes. And then he infected himself with that deadly virus with the intent that if he got his blood in the other combatant, they would die anyways. And that's what happens. He fights Bondo, and the virus kills Bondo after the match.
It does.
If it wasn't for Kengan doctors.
Because he had his own Kengan doctors.
The Bondo had his own Kengan doctors that jumped in and went, hey, he wanted medicine for being infected with a virus, so we gave him medicine, and now he's fine.
Yeah, straight up. Because Kengan doctors.
Yeah, and that makes this guy really hard to tier because he has that gimmick that's like, oh, if I cut you with my bone swords, you will die in 15 to 30 minutes. But then we have to consider the fact where he technically lost the match to Bondo because Bondo beat him before Bondo was affected by the virus.
Yeah. Well, either way, I think Bondo's still beating his ass every time.
Yeah, no question.
The thing with Hanafusa is he beats most of the cast the very first time he fights them.
Exactly. And his gimmicks don't work into the second round.
Yeah.
Because once you know he's got bone swords and he's infected himself with a deadly virus, you're like...
He's 62 pounds. He took so much damage the first round.
Yeah. All Bondo had to do was grab his head and snap it, and the fight was over.
Yeah, it was fucking ridiculous. It was fucking ridiculous.
So I honestly think that fighting-wise, he's lower tier. Because most of the fighters are too fast or too strong for him to actually have a chance against.
I would say low B tier or
I would say C tier. Because the gimmick is good. Having swords in a fighting match does give you a huge advantage. But the problem is, he doesn't have the skill to use the swords effectively.
Yeah, exactly. And he's not fast enough to do much damage. The decathlete.
Okay, so we got to talk about the decathlete. So
E-tier.
This guy, he's super, he has a lack of relevancy.
He sucks.
He's in a match
only fighter
for a few seconds.
He's the only fighter besides the Doctor in here that isn't a fucking fighter.
Yeah, he's not a fighter. He's a decathlete. But he just came into the fighting tournament. He came into the fighting tournament specifically because he was mad that the one loss he had was against Wakatsuki.
And he ended up getting his wish.
Yeah, he gets one punch by Wakatsuki, and the match is over. But overall, I don't want to put him... Yeah, we're going to put him E tier because we literally have seen him do absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
He hasn't thrown a punch in this show, so we don't know if he's fast. We don't know if he's strong. All we know is that...
He helps during the side arc after.
Oh, yeah.
But he's not really...
He doesn't have any gimmicks. He's just a fighter. Yeah. And he doesn't have a specific fighting style he knows because he's a decathlete.
Exactly. And
so
he sucks ass.
Most of the characters, I think, in the roster could beat him just because of that. Because he's just going to be throwing punches, and they're not stupid, powerful punches. They're just normal punches.
Yeah, I don't even know. It doesn't even make it a word. I don't even think he knows how to fight.
Yeah.
He's kind of... but he does get one-shotted by Wakatsuki.
He gets one-shotted by Wakatsuki.
Which is nuts.
Yep.
Sapang.
So we got to talk about Sapang next.
My boy.
Sapang.
Sapang literally has the hardest skull.
The hardest skull on the planet.
Yep, the hardest skull on the planet.
On the entire planet.
Yep.
Out of every person that exists.
Out of every person that exists, Sapang has the hardest skull. And I can pull up... You know what? I think when we do the edit, I will pull up scans to prove that.
To prove that?
Yeah.
To prove that he has the hardest skull?
Yeah, I think I will do that.
Okay.
But Yeah, Sopeng has...
He has the hardest skull. He's also like just
he's
stupid durable.
He's a Lethwei fighter too, and Lethwei is Muay Thai with a headbutts. And I mean, I shouldn't say Muay Thai with headbutts, but it's from the same area. They use a similar style. They use a lot of knees. They use elbows, but they fight bare knuckle and they use headbutts. Dave Leduc is a Lethwei monster. You should check him out. He's a problem, but Sopeng is a threat.
Yeah, he's a good fighter. His rush down is insane. Like if you can't outpace him, he is going to just
beat you up,
pummel you with stuff.
Yeah.
When he's fighting, like he fights the fisherman round one, and the fisherman was like a big guy with like just stupid hard hitting, and Sopeng didn't care because Sopeng also is insanely durable. He can just take hits and doesn't even...
And hits hard.
Yeah.
For like a little dude.
Yeah. I would put him in...
I'm not going to wank him. I'm going to put him in B tier. Yeah.
Above... He's definitely above
I think he beats Akiya.
He definitely beats Akiya. Like,
yeah.
Even if he didn't beat Akiya, I would still put him above Akiya because he's taking more wins than Akiya would in the tournament. Like, again, the people who are going to beat him are people who... I don't even think, like, you have to either outmatch him with skill or outspeed him. Those are your options. You can't outgun him because he's fought some of the heaviest hitters in the match, and it didn't even affect him.
Well, we're gonna say something now. Like one of his only losses is to Kowloon Wonsawat, okay, and Kowloon beat him in decision. Did not stop him, and you know when we go through Kowloon later on, you'll fucking understand why that's terrifying.
Yeah, that is super terrifying.
Okay, and so who do we got next?
We've got
Masaki, the judo creep. His
nickname is the Crying Man.
Yeah.
Because his eyes bleed.
I want to say this dude's C tier, but I have to consider him B tier.
Why? Really?
Because the statement about him being one of the elite four grapplers.
One of the best grapplers in the tournament.
Yeah.
And then he's also got the ability where he doesn't feel pain. Yeah. As well. Same with the doctor. He feels more pain. The doctor feels absolutely no pain. This guy feels almost no pain.
Yeah.
You can still make him feel pain.
He's a masochist, is what he is. He's just like a masochist.
Yeah.
Character.
Yeah, exactly. He doesn't mind the pain.
Yeah.
And so he can kind of just blitz through it.
And say high C tier. High C tier, low B. Just because of like his...
You know what? Actually, now that I think about it, like if he didn't go up against Gazenga round one, he probably would have beat a lot of people in the tournament. Just because he would have just strangle choked them to death. Maybe not to death, but strangle choked them right at the beginning of the match.
Yeah.
And a lot of people probably wouldn't be able to get out.
Like Sawada, I think. Fucking
he's not fast, and he's not terribly... Well, he is actually strong, but he doesn't have, like... He's 100% a grappler, and he doesn't have any punches or anything.
No.
And he also doesn't have any defense.
Not really. He will just, like...
He'll just take hits.
Yeah.
So, I think I'll put him high C because of that.
Yeah.
Because, like, there's a lot of fighters here that will just beat him. Either beat him by skill, beat him by having just more strength, beat him by having more speed, or beat him by having more skill.
Yeah.
Right?
You know, that's absolutely fair. He's
I'm moving him back up to C tier, or B tier.
Really? Why? Okay. Is it what, low B?
Low. It's either low B or high C.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm in that weird spot with him, but, like... the reason why I said low B is just because of the durability factor, and Gazenga, like, had to kill him.
Yeah.
He had to kill him.
You basically have to kill this guy.
Yeah, and a lot of the cast just don't have killing.
That's a good point. Okay, so... Hemorrha, the bartender. This guy didn't even get to be in the tournament. He is a bartender. What is his backstory? Is that it? Just he's a bartender?
I believe so. That's pretty much all I know on.
So what happened with him was he was supposed to get into the tournament, but the Kengan tournament rules say that if you lose a fight at any point during the tournament, the person who beats you in that fight takes your position.
Yep.
And Kaneda basically comes up to him and goes, I want your position in the tournament. and he fights him, and he ends up beating him, so Kaneda takes his position in the tournament. But this guy, he knows, what fighting style does he know?
Jeet Kune Do, baby. The only time it's applicable is in animes and Chinese kung fu movies. Let's talk about this, bro. And, okay, so having Jeet Kune Do in an anime is fucking lethal. Especially when the anime is grounded in fist fighting, okay?
Yeah.
You don't understand what Bruce Lee means to Asians. Right? Bruce Lee is on some shit to some Asians. And this is the thing. I respect Jeet Kune Do in the aspect that it looks good, but I fucking hate it. Can't stand it. Fuck, it's garbage. But when you're watching an anime guy beat shit all over somebody with it, it looks dope. Okay? Yeah. Let's talk about that, though. Hemorrha's Jeet Kune Do is elite.
Yeah, I think, like, when it comes to his fighting style, it's good.
C tier.
I would say D tier.
D tier?
Yeah, and it's purely because he doesn't have anything besides striking.
Ooh,
Kaneda took him out in 3 moves.
Nope, that's fair.
And it's Kaneda.
Yeah, it is Kaneda.
We'll get to Kaneda later.
Beat shit. Yeah, okay, D tier. You're sitting in D tier with the
again, his strikes are good, but if you have, like, grappling, he doesn't have anything for grappling. He doesn't have any counter to just strength to heavy blows.
Oh, yeah, Okubo.
Is Okubo next? That's not Okubo.
No, that's not Okubo. That's Faceless.
Oh, we gotta talk about Faceless now? Okay.
You love that.
Oh, yeah. Faceless is such a cool concept for a character.
Faceless is C tier.
C tier?
Yeah.
Probably. But
Yeah.
let's talk about his concept and his gimmick. So,
Okay.
Faceless is able to, after watching someone perform a move, he is able to perfectly replicate that move. With one caveat. It has his strength and his speed attached to it. And they literally say that he is the weakest fighter in the tournament. Except for maybe the Doctor and like a couple specific ones. This guy is actually just the weakest fighter in the tournament. According to the tournament, or the narrator of the show. And so it's like, he can replicate the moves, but he can't actually replicate the strength or speed of any of the tournament members.
I wouldn't say he's the weakest.
Yeah, there is a couple that are weaker than him.
Yeah.
But they were saying, like, they said out of all the moves that he had...
Yeah, he can't do them to their fullest capabilities.
Yeah, he can't do any of the moves that he's learned to their fullest capabilities, which really puts a damper on his capabilities in fighting.
His shit looks cool. And, okay, this is the thing. I think he busts up someone like Akuya.
I think he can beat people who aren't fighters. He can beat...
He beats Hemorrha.
He beats
everybody... I don't know about the Doctor.
I think he can beat the Doctor.
You think so? You think will the Doctor waste the poison gimmick on someone like Faceless? Will he have to? Or
I think he will be forced to, and I don't think the swords are going to be good enough used by him to
on
get
Faceless?
Yeah.
So you think he gets his ass beat by him?
I think he also beats... You said the...
I think he gives Akiya problems because it forces Akiya to adjust too many times, and Akiya struggles.
because his moves... Akiya has basically...
Has a weird fucking...
Yeah, we should go back to Akiya quickly. He has perfect reflexes, but he can't actually predict anything.
And he has shit
and so
fighting instinct.
He has another person predicting for him, and then he reacts.
Yeah.
So they predict, they tell him, and then he reacts to it.
Shit tier fighting instinct.
And I think because Faceless is so hard to predict, because every single one of his fighting styles is completely different from completely different people. I don't think Akiya would be able to beat him with the prediction mechanic. I think he can beat the bartender. He beats the decathlete.
Easily.
He's, maybe struggles with the Doctor, but most of the guys that we haven't gone over are just gonna mollywop him. So just mollywops.
That's
so we're putting him low C tier.
Low C.
Because his gimmick isn't as good as the Doctor's gimmick. Swords is pretty stinking good for a gimmick.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kaneda
sucks.
My fucking dude.
I love him. He's so cool. He's terrible though.
Yeah. The foresight idea.
The foresight idea. It's
the fact that he has the best foresight.
Yeah. So Kaneda actually gets into the tournament not by being a Kengan associate. He's not even part of Kengan. he gets in because he beats another Kengan member. And he becomes the representative for that company. And the person he beats, I'm pretty sure he beats the bartender because he wants to fight Cao Long. Right?
Yeah.
And his ability
guy.
is, he has two abilities. One is he's always hopped up on painkillers, so he can't feel any pain. It's another character that can't feel pain. And his second gimmick is that if he fights you long enough, he can start predicting every single one of your moves before you throw them.
Yeah, because they have to explain away a lot of the pain in this.
Yeah, exactly.
This manga, bro, in this anime.
The problem is that Kaneda has to take an absolute massive beating to get to that point, to the predictive point where he can actually do something. And most of the people that he's going to fight are going to just hit him hard right away, and he's not going to have an option. Or they're just not going to throw anything at him. Like, I think... The Devil Lance just not going to throw moves at him.
No.
You're going to go, what is this?
What's the incentive to?
Exactly. So, I think he loses to a lot of fighters. He beats the ones that are, like, he could probably... No, you said the Faceless Man probably can beat him. Just because you can't predict all the different potential moves that the Faceless Man can use.
Well, I think he beats Akiya for sure. What? Or Kaneda?
Kaneda. We're talking about Kaneda.
Faceless? I think Faceless beats
him. I think he's D tier as well.
Yeah.
I think he goes into D tier. Out of courtesy... Oh, you know what?
Okay, so how do we do this? Who wins out of 3 out of 5?
Out of these two?
Yes.
Kaneda. I say Kaneda wins every time against the bartender.
Against the bartender.
Yeah. He doesn't have an option to put him down soon enough before he starts predicting all his moves.
He just doesn't have the AP.
Yeah.
Okay, then let's throw Kaneda ahead.
Yeah. Because I think the bartender, even though he got kicked out by Kaneda, I don't think he takes much wins in the tournament anyways.
I think he has niche wins. I think he beats the Moki dude.
Moki?
Yeah. The Moki dude.
Oh, yeah. Right, yeah.
Maki or whatever.
No, I don't think he does.
And
we'll get into that later.
Okay, let's do it.
Oh,
What do we got?
We gotta talk about Ray.
Sasuke?
We just call him Sasuke, but it's Ray. What's his name?
Fucking
Ray
Mikazuchi.
Mikazuchi.
Whatever.
Savage is mad because he beat Sawpang.
He did beat Sawpang.
And he loves Sawpang.
He beat his ass so bad.
So this guy beat Moki one shot. He one-shot beat him, and nobody even knew what happened.
Yep.
Moki just fell over unconscious.
And we know why now.
Yeah.
Because reading...
He is the fastest person in the tournament.
By a lot.
By a lot.
Yep.
Like a lot.
We're talking... He's a lightning timer.
Yeah. Literally... Based on what we saw in the manga, he actually might have lightning timing feats. Like, be as fast as lightning.
Yeah.
For a brief moment when he uses his stupid super speed.
Yeah. And, like, there's, like, some literal translations that we're kind of getting into right now, which we're not too sure
I think he's up there, but I think he's low A tier.
I think he's low A.
There's not much else to say about him, honestly. He's stupid fast.
He had a war with Sawpang. He did take some damage.
Oh, yeah. Sawpang and him were just at it. And you know what his big problem is? 0 AP.
Yeah.
No attack potential.
And no defense.
No defense and no attack potential. His defense is not getting hit because he's too fast.
Yeah.
And it's like you can't rely on that when you're versing characters like Sawpang that can just take a beating.
No, wait, low. What is he? He loses to Devil Lance.
He loses to Devil Lance. But
oh fuck.
Yeah.
Low A tier, you say?
I say low A tier because I think he can beat Bondo. He easily can beat Bondo.
I think
but I want to put him below Bondo because he doesn't have an attack potency. So there's certain characters who he just won't be able to get hits on. Like the Mountain.
I'm going to use Akiya as a measuring stick for a lot of these dudes. I don't think he gets over on Akiya. I think Akiya times him out and beats him up.
Actually, yeah. I could see that. Akiya's reflexes are too good.
Yeah, I think he's high B.
High B?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's high B.
High B.
Just because Aki, I'm pretty sure Sopeng had a vibe. Well, Kowloon thought Sopeng could win.
Yeah.
Akuya has a viable option. And then there's going to be some B tier dudes we're going to talk about that have some options for him too.
Yeah, and
I think
that is the thing.
That's where the stressor is. If you can get caught in B tier, then you're B tier.
Yeah, and it's Gazenga. Gazenga has options.
Yes.
Just
let's talk about this guy.
Okay.
He's got options.
We under. Okay, so when we did our last video, we have to talk about this because this guy has like no backstory. He's just like, "Hey, I'm here," and we're just like, "Oh, this guy is so irrelevant for the plot, right?" So
and
he's obviously gonna like
him through his fights.
Yeah, you learn about him through his fights. We're just like, "Oh yeah, he's just gonna lose his second round fight, and that'll be it, and then we won't see him anymore." Yep. Nope, he wins his second round fight, and then he wins his third round fight, and he's still in the match. Let's get his name. Devil Lance.
Gensei.
Kuroki Gensei. This stinking guy. He is so... The Devil Lance ability is busted.
Mixed with his actual martial arts
with his actual martial arts prowess. He's actually like a good fighter.
Yeah. He was friends with the dude that formed the style that Kiryu, like Setsuna Kiryu, uses.
Yeah. Which is, it's a weird, we'll get into that style later, but it's a weird twist style.
Rock Sasha Palm.
That.
It's freaky, dude.
It's kind of messed up.
It's freaky, dude.
Okay, so. What else do we have to say about this guy? Like, I think.
He's a fucking threat.
I think he can take some of the best fighters in this tournament.
100%. Especially the more I'm reading about him. He's A tier.
I think he might be S tier.
S tier?
I don't think there's many fighters. I think, like, when it comes to...
He might be our first S tier?
I think, yeah. When it comes to fighters in the tournament, I think there's only a couple that can actually hold up to him. And it's, like, the Fang, Kowloon, oh my goodness, Sen, and Oma, and maybe Ryan.
I think he mollywops Oma.
Yeah? And yeah, so like that's why I'm saying he's S tier because there's only a couple fighters that can actually hold up against him.
Okay, that's fair.
But probably lower S tier once we get to the other fighters. The Mountain. The Mountain doesn't really do much, but what he does do, he does extremely well, which is break people's femurs
and just hog damage. When he fights Wakatsuki,
Wakatsuki just levels him, and he just takes it.
We learned a lot about that guy, Wakatsuki.
Yeah, we'll get into that later in the rankings, but
Reinhold's durability is...
His durability is insane. He's the biggest and heaviest guy in the tournament. Not height-wise, but, like, heft.
Yeah, and his willingness to take punches is a little bit different too. Like, he will not try to block. He will just absorb damage.
Yeah, and he'll use it as a way to get a hit off.
Yeah.
He'll go, I'll take a hit if I can get a hit on you.
Yeah,
because my hits are probably going to be harder, with the exception of Wakatsuki.
Yeah, and even that was kind of a toss-up for a second.
Yeah.
Fuck, he's...
Low
A tier?
I would say low A tier. He's so insanely durable, and he has so much attack potency. The thing is, he's not fast, so a lot of the fast guys are going to get...
Does he beat Bondo? I think he walks through Bondo's shit.
I think he can walk... Yeah, actually. Bondo be, like, whiplashing him, and he just walk through it.
Yeah.
Walk through it and just...
Or just fucking rush him down.
Yeah.
Because Bondo has to stop doing the motion in order to, like...
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he... Does Ryan beat... Does he beat Ryan? I think Ryan wins with release because he starts really slugging on him. Or with removal, sorry. Not release. It's... In the fucking manga, it's removal, and in the anime, it's release.
We will use one of those two.
Yes.
I think the removal is going to be a problem for him just because it increases your attack potency so much.
And speed, man. The speed.
Yeah, the speed. So I think he's... I want to put him above Bondo.
I
put him right about there.
I agree with that.
Okay, so now we got the Gurkha.
We got our big B tier bear Gurkha.
B tier. Just gonna throw him in B tier right away.
I think so.
Yeah. One sec.
The Gurkha.
I want to get his actual name.
Haruo Kano.
Haruo Kano. Yeah.
The Gurkha.
The Gurkha. So he
is a fucking problem.
Yeah. He's the tallest guy in the tournament.
Yep. And we know Akuya beat his ass.
Yeah.
He might even be C.
Oh yeah, he gets beat by Akuya. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
But like the thing is, like, if you are too slow and small, I think he just mollywops you.
Yeah, most of the cast. Like
if you don't have speed, like, I honestly think he might even be able to beat Cosmo. Because Cosmo just can't take his hits.
If Cosmo can't react to
it.
If he got stuck got stuck in the same position that fucking that like Akuya got stuck in, Cosmo's dead. Where like he was just in guard up eating shots from fucking no, he's dead.
Yeah.
That's it. I'd say B tier.
B tier. Let's put him. I want to put him above the Grappler, but below Akuya.
Exactly.
Yeah, because this guy's definitely got more durability than the Judo Grappler does. That guy, and also more speed and strength. The Judo guy is just insane.
Yeah. He just has a lot of killing in him.
Skill
and
yeah.
Meh.
Yeah, not really much skill. The Gurkha doesn't really...
Judo skill. He's got a lot of judo skill.
Yeah,
but...
the Gurkha's not really... Doesn't have much skill either.
No.
He's just terribly huge.
And big, boxy fella, bro.
Yeah.
Okay, now we got...
We got Oma next. Oma is
Tokiya.
The main character of the show. A tier?
Yeah.
Just right out. We're just going to put him...
Right beside Ryan.
Right beside Ryan.
Yeah.
Just put him right above Ryan, because they have very similar abilities. The only difference is that Oma can actually fight with them.
Yeah, exactly.
Oma has actual fighting techniques. He has something called
Advance.
Advance, which is very similar to Ryan's release mode. So it gives him a speed boost and a strength boost.
Yeah. It's not as significant from
it's
what
not
we've seen.
as significant as of a buff, but
and he takes a lot of damage from it.
Yeah. And this is like he was in the advanced state, and Ryan was in base, and Ryan was still taking Oma's advanced state punches. But even then, Oma was like, where was I going with that?
Oma was still like,
he has his actual martial arts to rely on, and his martial arts are actually really good.
Legit.
His martial arts are really good, and that's what puts him above Ryan, because Ryan is, at this point in the series, Ryan is just pure strength.
Yeah.
Ryan gets better once he learns martial arts, but he doesn't know martial arts at this point in the series. And
but we also have to keep in mind that when Oma starts training with the Kore family, he starts trading losses heavy with Ryan.
Yeah, but that's after Ryan starts learning.
No, that's just after the tournament.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Ryan's kind of like, I guess he's. Yeah, I guess so. He's learning a bit more by that point, but not much.
Yeah, so that is actually true. Should we put him below Ryan then?
I don't want to say. Because the potential is greater for Oma than Ryan.
Yeah, that's true. Oh yeah, and we have to consider other people that they fight. And Oma, I think, has more wins than Ryan does because of martial arts.
Yeah, absolutely. I completely agree with that.
Okay.
Maki.
So this guy, let's get his full name.
Masami Nito.
Masami Nizo. There's a reason why I don't want to put him in E tier. This guy, when he first comes into the arena, this is the only thing we see him do.
Oh my god, are you going to bring up the dead mouse hat trick?
So he's wearing, he's supposed to be like a Mickey mascot. And he's wearing like this like hat over his head when he enters the arena. And then he, in the blink of an eye, Flash kicks his hat off of his head, and no one sees the kick.
It's stupid. And they put him against the fastest guy.
They put him against literally the fastest guy in the tournament, and he gets one shot.
And he gets one shot and fucking Maki.
So
potential is there for him to be a world
here's the
beater.
problem. Ray doesn't have any attack potential, and he one-shot this guy.
Yeah.
So this guy's durability sucks, even if he has fast kicks. So I'm gonna put
Does
him.
Hemorrha beat him? I think Hemorrha beats him up.
Hemorrha?
Yeah, because this guy's not gonna grapple.
No, he's not. Yeah.
He's just gonna fist fight. He's gonna get his face punched in.
Yeah, so we'll put him there. I don't want to put him in E tier because I feel like he does have some. We're just gonna keep the decathlete in E tier.
Okay.
We might put a few other people there.
Lahito.
So we actually got to see some fighting with Lahito outside of the tournament.
Yep.
And he actually did a number on Oma.
Yeah, he did. The first time they fought.
Oh yeah. He has a special ability of, it's called Razor's Edge, I think, where his fingers, when he's like attacking you, he can cut you with his fingers.
He just shreds you. It's so stupid. He can do so much more. Like, whatever. Yeah, we'll go with that. That's what he does, because that's what they wanted to give him, those fucking assholes. But yeah, he'll cut you and claw you and fucking scratch
It's
you.
not claws. He doesn't have nails. He's cutting you with his fingers.
Whatever, dude. He fucking scratches and shit. That's what he does.
That's what he does.
With all of his potential.
And,
I think he gets mollywopped by pretty much everybody that we have in B tier
I think
so far.
the people
except for fucking Masaki. I think Faceless gives him a problem.
Masaki?
Yeah.
Which
the
one's
fucking
Masaki?
judo guy.
Oh, the judo guy. You think? Oh yeah, he could probably beat the judo guy.
I think
because
so.
the judo guy's like Lahito is probably good enough to not get grappled by the judo guy because he's somewhat good at fighting.
Yep.
I think he beats everyone in C tier though,
Hanafusa?
except for maybe the doctor.
Yeah, if the doctor gets the gimmick off,
The
then
doctor gets the gimmick off, and the thing is, Razor's Edge doesn't work against people who can't feel pain, which is a problem.
I mean, you could bleed out, but he'd have to cut you really deep. But Hanafusa's small, man, and Lahito could just punch him.
That's true. He doesn't though.
No, he doesn't.
Could punch, but he doesn't.
He just
punch.
fights like Wolverine. I know. What the fuck is he? Low C tier.
We'll put him low C tier.
After Faceless.
After Faceless? I think he can beat Faceless.
You think so?
I think he can beat Faceless,
I think
but
Faceless
I
kicks
still
the
want to put him
shit out of
below Faceless anyways.
I think Lahito gets frozen in front of him when Faceless starts doing a bunch of different martial arts.
It's like,
He
oh
gets his
look,
head boxed off.
Cowlong's whirlwind punch.
Yeah,
The triple barrel stinking
the flash
death.
punch, or fucking the triple gumo barrel fucking thing from Senatsumi. Okay, fuck that, dude.
We got another low tier. I think this is gonna be our next E tier fighter.
Yeah, Sawada, Keizo Bro
Sawada?
Sawada. Yeah, super gimmicky ballet fighter.
Ballet fighter.
Not much.
Spin kicks. Although the only person we've actually seen this guy fight is the Mountain, which is a really hard gauge on attack
Sawada,
potential.
Yeah, I know. We know that Sawada can spin fast and like kick you accurately, but the Mountain didn't even move. He was like, eh.
Oh, were you trying to hit my stinking spinal column?
My fucking
Too bad.
The Strata Chocolata, is that where he was going for?
Yeah, he tries to hit him right in the pain.
Yeah, right
and
in the
it
pain.
just doesn't matter.
No.
The Mountain just goes, my stinking neck is the size of an elephant.
Yeah. Yeah, no, for real.
I think this guy actually beats a lot of C tier guys, though. I don't think he's B tier. I think because his precision is amazing and his speed is actually pretty decent too.
So we put him up above Faceless or above
I
Lahito?
think above Lahito for
Can
sure.
he one-shot the Doctor with that fucking kick? Because if he can one-shot the Doctor,
He probably could one-shot the Doctor.
Then he gets past the gimmick.
Yeah. And I think
If you can one-shot the Doctor, you can get past the gimmick.
Yeah. I think the Faceless Man would probably beat him, but I think that he beats more people than the Faceless Man can beat.
Yeah.
And that's the thing.
That's
just
fair.
because he has, again, we only know about one move, and that one move is pretty much a one-shot.
Yeah.
So, we got
Dum da dum dum.
Oma.
Okubo.
No, not Oma. Okubo, the other guy who starts with an O.
Now you're Okubo. This
Okubo.
fucking guy. This dude's a serious threat.
This guy
This
is
guy's a threat.
he's so good.
So
he is so good, and his fight with Fang is the best animated fight, I would say, in the entire show.
100%. I wouldn't disagree with that at all. And Naoya Okubo, just saying, gave a hard fight to one of the fucking one of the strongest characters in the series. So far.
I think Okubo.
I think
why is
I think Okubo's gonna be low S tier.
Let's go there.
High.
I would say low S tier as well.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the other fighters,
adaptability, man.
yeah, because he has the ability to switch between throws, punches,
Or high fucking A tier.
Throws, punches, grabs, and there was another one. It's throws, holds.
Yeah,
and it's
that's how they classify it.
Yeah,
Throws,
and he's able to just switch between them instantly.
I think he's after Ryan.
Ryan
Yeah.
in A tier.
In A tier, he's either high A tier.
I would put him. I think right there's perfect for him. But like his ability beats out most of the cast. If you can't contend with a good fighter, he beats you.
Yeah.
Hands down.
Hands down.
He beats all of these guys. You can't have a
gimmick. You're not beating him with a gimmick.
Yeah, you're not going to beat him with a gimmick because he's too good of a fighter. And he has way too many options.
Yeah.
He knows every single martial arts. Or not every martial arts, but he knows
proficient. He's
boxing,
super
wrestling,
and boxing and MMA. Like
MMA.
Transition to MMA. Which is, and apparently was proficient in all three.
Yeah.
So that's like a thing.
Yeah. And
the only reason he doesn't beat Ryan is because
he doesn't have the brute strength.
Exactly.
And he doesn't.
The same reason that Mokichi didn't beat Ryan.
Yeah.
Because fucking release.
Because release. Once the release happens, then your martial arts don't matter. All that matters is brute force and speed.
Yeah. Pretty much. Yep. And there are some exceptions.
Sorry about that.
There are some exceptions we'll talk about later. To some guys that have releases. Because sometimes it just doesn't matter. But right now we got Ren Nikaido, the Chinese monster. He didn't do anything, and he showed up, and he got one-shotted.
He didn't get one.
No, he got...
He fought. What was his tactic? He had like a poison hand or something.
Yeah, that he tried to fucking use on Setsuna.
And
Setsuna was like, I have a poison hand too.
But mine's better.
Yeah, and fucking Roxasha palmed him, and I'm saying C tier.
Yeah.
Because he can one-shot the doctor.
He can one-shot the doctor?
He can one-shot the doctor.
So
he gets
C2?
the Roxasha. No, wait. He's got a poison hand technique, so he's... Sorry, I'm thinking... Yeah, after the doctor. He's after the doctor.
Wait, before or after?
After.
Like, yeah, just right here?
Yeah, what do you think?
I think he beats Faceless Man. The Faceless Man doesn't have the attack potency to hit him. I think he beats Lahido, yeah. Probably beats most of these guys. This guy might actually... Out of everyone, I think he might actually cause him problems, because this guy does not have any durability.
Yeah.
And if you're wailing on him, he doesn't have any options to get out of it. He doesn't have any good defenses. He doesn't have any durability.
See why I wanted Hemorrha in C tier?
Hemorrha?
Yeah, see why I wanted the bartender in C tier? But, like, it's hard because he has to get over on a lot of guys, and he just doesn't.
Yeah, exactly. There's just, like, there's going to be certain characters that are beaten by lower tier characters just because of the clash of fighting styles. This guy is all offensive, this guy is all offensive. But this guy is more offensive, so he takes the win. Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
But, like, for these guys, you know, he's gonna use the stupid poison hand technique. I don't even remember what it did, because he never landed anything on stinking...
on Setsuna. No, Setsuna.
Every single technique he tried to use, Setsuna just countered.
And just did whatever
he wanted. Then disabled his right arm, disabled his left hand.
Roxasha
left arm is his right hand.
Yeah. than the heart.
Yeah, you just can't get around the stupid rock palm ability.
No.
Except for the one guy who did, who is in S tier right now, by the way.
Yeah, yeah. Like, we're talking some serious bullshit you had to get over. But speaking of somebody that's gonna get fucking thrown in a weird tier, we got Mokichi Robinson.
Mokichi, immediately after I saw him, I'm like, he is my favorite character in this anime. And that hasn't changed.
That's exactly what he said. And why is Mokichi a viable threat?
Because
why
he knows
is he an A-tier problem?
So much martial arts. So many martial arts. And not just current martial arts, old style martial arts too.
Yeah.
He knows stinking finger holds.
Judo, weird old Aikijutsu finger holds that happen.
Yeah.
In
He literally holds Ryan down with just his hand.
He slammed Ryan in a manner that would have killed the majority of the C tier cast, all of the D tier cast, and the one guy in E tier.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mokichi
lost first round, but he didn't deserve to lose.
He lost to Ryan Kore. That's not losing.
Yeah.
And he fought to death, mind you.
Yeah. And the problem that he had was he wasn't fast enough to land any hits once Ryan went into release.
Exactly.
But if you don't have the speed, he can probably beat you in a fist fight.
Yeah.
And so, like, he beats most of the people in B tier. He beats the judo guy. He probably beats the Gurkha. He beats Akiya. He might even beat Saw Peng.
I'm pretty sure.
And out of all these guys, the only one that he probably can't beat is this guy because he's too fast.
He beats Saw Peng because fucking this guy figured out, like, Ray figured out that, like, you can shut Saw Peng's lights out. You just don't punch him in the skull.
Yeah.
He figured that out. I'm telling you, Mokichi would figure that out. He would kick Saw Peng in the side of the head a couple times. He'd rattle him.
Yeah, and I think he can also he can't beat Bondo because of Bondo's gimmick. Bondo's gimmick basically makes holds, grapples, and throws useless against him. You have to beat him with brute force.
Yeah, well, you have to get in on him.
Yeah, well, getting in is the first problem. I think Mokichi could get in.
If he gets in, he can bang. Mokichi throws
hands. He throws hands, right. Yeah, never mind.
Mokichi throws hands.
He can throw hands.
Mokichi was throwing hands with Ryan.
Mokichi can't beat the Mountain. The Mountain can just take anything he can dish out.
The AP.
Okubo is too many mix-ups. Yeah. You know what? I kind of want to put him, but I think Okubo's better. I want to put him in A tier, but maybe we should put him in B tier.
I'd say he's highest B tier. If we're putting
highest B tier?
Yeah, he's the highest B tier.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure he's stomping Ray.
I don't think he's gonna. I think Ray can take him, but I still think he's B tier because he beats more people than Ray can beat. Because Ray doesn't have attack potency.
I think
he has holds that one-shot people.
Yeah,
Ray, well, with the exception of this guy, Ray never one-shot a single person in the tournament.
No, exactly.
This guy, he pretty much one-shot Ryan, one of the hardest hitting and most durable people in the tournament.
Slammed him right on his fucking head like a scorpion. Like, it was nasty. Nasty.
Yeah. And again, if it wasn't for release, Ryan would have been dead.
Yeah.
The match would have been over.
100%. That's why I'm saying we could throw him in low A tier.
Let's do it. Let's throw him in low A tier. Because it's just...
He's just a fucking problem.
I would put him close to Okubo. When it comes to skill, the difference with Okubo is Okubo, like, he has all these martial arts at his disposal. Okubo is able to feint, and he's able to mix the martial arts.
Yeah, his MMA is stupid.
Yeah,
whereas,
and that's...
like, Mokichi just knows a lot of martial
arts. Yeah, Mokichi's got a lot of techniques to throw at you. Yeah. Okubo can actually change which technique he's throwing at you in an instant, and that makes him more threatening.
Ryo and Abba.
Ryo, this guy, I don't know how to tier this guy. This one is...
low C tier.
He is the most gimmicky... He is the most gimmicky fighter in this entire anime. This guy...
All hair.
He has hair. Hair is his fighting style. Besides that, nothing. He fights Oma first round.
Yep.
And, he had two tactics. The one was the stupid, disgusting foot thing he did. He can walk entirely using just his feet, which makes it impossible to predict which direction he's going to move in. I mean, that's a technique, I guess. But it'll trip up a lot of the C tier cast, I think.
I think so too. I think
even some of the B tier guys. But even then, it's like it doesn't give him an advantage. It's like, oh, now I can attack, and you won't be able to predict where I will be, and I'm harder to hit. But that doesn't mean you're not going to hit me, and my durability sucks.
Well, let's put him after the Doctor, because the Doctor stops the gimmick.
The Doctor stops the gimmick. And the hair is actually really good.
Yeah.
His hair, he can use it as a whip. He can, like, lasso you with it and whip you around. Yeah. And it's stupid strong. You can't break it with hands, but the Doctor can cut it because bone swords. He gimmicks the gimmick.
Yeah, 100%. And Sawada one-shots.
And, yeah, Sawada one-shots. And, yeah, everyone in B tier is just going to break him. I think the Faceless Man might be able to beat him. Just with...
It's got to be fast enough to get it around the hair.
Oh, yeah, right. Once he gets the hair on him, then it's... Yeah, never mind.
Yeah. Or durable enough. I mean, Lehito might be able to cut it.
Actually, that's a good point. Lehito might be able to cut the hair with his... But the thing is, Lehito beating him, I don't want to put him lower because Lehito can beat him.
Yeah.
Right?
That's fair, yeah.
Because it's like... Although this guy isn't durable, let's be honest. We were talking about this earlier. It's like... Oma broke his chin with one hit.
Most of the cast, like I think even Hemorrha, like if Hemorrha lands shots on him, like the bounce or the bartender.
Yeah, the bartender.
I think Hemorrha lands, he starts beating the shit out of him.
Yeah, he starts. Yeah, yeah.
But look at our next guy.
Okay, this is
Jun Sekibayashi.
Sekibayashi,
big wrestler.
The wrestler. This guy. Mid B tier, I think mid B tier is probably a good spot for him. He is insanely durable.
Yeah.
Like, he can just take hits. He can take hits, and he's insanely strong. He can just throw you. He's fighting a sumo wrestler, weighs like 600 pounds?
Yeah.
Something like that. He picks up the Gurkha. The Gurkha's like on the ground. He fell over. He just walks up, picks him up, and he's like, and the Gurkha...
No, that was Akiya.
No, that's the Gurkha. Oh, that was Akiya that did that?
Akiya fought the Gurkha.
No, but this is outside of the fights. The Gurkha falls over.
Oh, you mean June when... Yeah, and Sekibayashi picks up the Gurkha.
Yeah, and Sekibayashi just walks up and picks up the Gurkha.
Yeah, like nothing.
And the Gurkha's just like, I weigh 600 pounds. How did that guy pick me up?
Yeah, like he was a fucking paper bag.
Yeah. So Sekibayashi, stupid strong, stupid durable.
Almost
he can take
mountain
hits.
Level durable.
Yeah, almost like as durable as the Mountain. Probably doesn't hit as hard as the Mountain, but his techniques are better. The Mountain is just like, I'm big, and I'm strong,
but
and I'll punch you.
His durability is unbelievable.
I want to put him...
He's got the high... If he is B tier, he has the highest durability in B tier.
I don't think he's on the level with these guys, and I think Okubo can also beat him because his techniques are too good.
You want to say low level A tier?
I think low A tier. I think I might just put him on the bottom of A tier.
I don't think, because there's no way Ren one-shots. Sapang doesn't put him away.
No.
He has too much diversity for Akuya.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He can take too much hits for the Gurkha, and he's too strong for this Grappler.
Well, even if he doesn't beat those two, he beats three out of the... He beats the big three, so that puts
he beats these three, so yeah.
So
we'll put him there.
He's a serious threat, dude. Seriously fucking strong. And now we got our other S tier.
Sen
Hatsumi.
You know what I hate about Sen Hatsumi? You know what I hate the most about Sen Hatsumi?
Tell me.
How unbelievably inconsistent he is. His gimmick is that he's inconsistent.
Yeah.
That's his gimmick.
Straight up.
It's like, if you want this guy to lose a tournament, you just put him in an F tier bracket.
And honestly, yeah, I'm reading the manga right now, and one of his like, what do you want to call them? Like a win clause of his would be if he has a bracket full of killers. Because if you fight him hard from the start, he just consistently gets better or wants to win more.
Yeah. But if you don't fight him well, then he just doesn't care.
Yeah,
like the first fight when he fought the Faceless Man, and he just he's just like, oh yeah, this is an
Technically,
interesting.
his first fight was against Oma, and Oma went into full release, and Sen knocked him out.
Really?
In the office.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, in like one of the first episodes, like Sen, fucking like was talking shit to Oma, and Oma tried to bust a move, went into full removal, and Sen Hatsumi just put him down.
Yeah, just
That's the thing. Like, he's...
knocked him out.
I think Sen Hatsumi, I think he beats our boy up there, Devil Lance. I
100% agree that he beats Devil Lance. It's unfortunate because he did so good against... Who did he fight before the Fang? He fought Bondo. He did so good against Bondo. Like, Bondo had nothing on him.
No.
And Bondo is like, we put Bondo in A tier,
yeah.
and this guy couldn't touch him.
No.
Sen is the kind of guy where he always has every single move planned out in advance. He knows what you can do, and he has a plan for every single thing you could do.
Well, what did they say about him in his performance? What was that quote? We're gonna pull up the scan, but essentially, like when we can anyway, when we do the edit. But essentially, there's a quote that says something along the lines of like, he's never. They asked if he was exhausted because he was just running circles around Bondo. And they said, like, he's never been exhausted in his life because he's never tried hard enough.
Yeah, he's never tried hard enough to actually become exhausted.
Yeah.
And he looked visibly exhausted in the fight, but that was actually just faking it to make Bondo think that he was exhausted.
Yeah, which was fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. Sen Hatsumi's insane. I honestly, I was really disappointed with the Fang fight because I was expecting it to be just, like, insane.
But then what happens in the meantime?
Yeah, the Fang, because the Fang, what he was doing for every fight up to that point, he was trying to match the person and go, I'm better at you than I'm better at doing what you do than you are, and you are the best in the world at it. Then we'll get into that. We'll get into that later. But he didn't do that with Sen. With Sen, he's just like, forget it. I'm actually just going to beat you.
I'm just fighting you because I know you could win.
Yeah.
Because you can't do what Sen does because Sen does everything.
Yeah, he actually just does everything. He's fast.
He was supposed to be a Fang.
He was supposed to be a Fang. Yeah. And he just went, I don't feel like it.
I don't feel like it. Because he said he didn't become a Fang in Metsudo because he didn't try hard enough.
Yeah.
Like,
oh my goodness.
Be that way.
Okay, now we got to talk about this guy.
Setsuna Kiryu.
Kiryu.
Oof. Okay, I think he's in between.
Kiryu,
he's after Ryan.
Yeah, Kiryu is scary.
Yeah,
he's scary for a very specific reason, and it's the twist.
Because he can kill you. The twist.
He has. We call it the twist, but basically it's a special move that it's a twister. I don't know what that's from, but it's from something. Anyways. What he does is he touches you with his hand.
It's the Rock Sasha palm, and it is nuts. It
literally twists whatever is in front of him. He used it to twist the ground in the arena. He used it to twist the shoulder of the Chinese guy, and then he used it to twist his heart, and he died.
And then who else knows the move? Who was using it?
Him.
Oh my god, yeah.
But he never used it in a legitimate fight against anyone.
But we know he knows how to use it.
Yeah.
He murders a lot of people.
Yeah.
But back to Setsuna. I think
Setsuna. So Setsuna, he has a release mode that makes him different.
Yeah.
Stronger, I guess.
Stronger, I guess, yeah. He's got an advanced
The problem is that his gimmick is kind of his entire thing, and without the gimmick, he's useless, and that's actually why he lost. Because he lost against this guy, Devil Lance. The Devil Lance beat him because...
He's the anti-gimmick. Every time some fucking guy, he's the anti-gimmick character.
He is the anti-gimmick. He's like, oh, you're coming at me with a gimmick? Fine.
Kung Fu. He's just steadfast in his martial arts and wins.
Yeah.
He's so good.
So, Setsuna, we're going to put him... You think he beats... I think he probably beats Okubo. Like, people who just can't deal with the stinking... The heart rend? Done. And most of the cast is in that category.
Yeah. And this is the thing, man. Setsuna might beat Oma and Ryan a couple times out of each. Like, if they had to fight, 10 times, I think Setsuna might win, 3 or 4 of each. But I don't think he's winning the majority of those fights. Just because he's not as durable as either of those
Setsuna also trained Oma how to use Activate, right? Or, sorry, Advance.
No. That was...
Oh, sorry,
Nico.
no.
That was
Nico
Nico
never mind.
Yeah. No, all the long-haired dudes look alike, bro.
I know. I get them all mixed up. Every single one. If they have long hair, they're the same person.
Always. It's fucking awesome. Okay. Now we got the sumo wrestler.
Sumo wrestler. Okay, so he is, I'd say C tier.
I'd say C
He's
tier.
not a good fighter.
No, he's mean and strong.
He's mean and he's strong and he's heavy.
Low B tier.
Low B tier?
I think he beats the shit out of the judo guy, to be fair, and I think he might even give fucking...
Actually, yeah. You know what? No, we're going to put mid B tier, because I think he can beat Akiya.
You think he beats Akiya?
I don't think Akiya has the defense, because, like...
Akiya ate shells from the Gurkha.
Oh, yeah, right, yeah.
I'd say if we put him in B tier after Akiya. That's what I was going to say.
After
I think he
Akiya?
beats the Gurkha.
Yeah, I think...
Because look what happened to Sekibayashi. Sekibayashi had to dig deep to beat that kid.
That's true.
That's true. I don't think the Gurkha has that in him. I think...
No, he did. He had, like, a weird awakened state where he actually went, like, full, like... Just...
Yeah, but he was getting hit by a guy smaller than him.
Oh, the Gurkha?
Yeah.
He was
fighting Akiya.
Right.
Hard, but he's smaller.
Yeah.
I think if the sumo puts the same type of pressure on him, I don't even think that's an issue. I think he would have to do it earlier, and the sumo still might counter it.
Yeah.
Because he has that fucking stupid-ass move, the one-shot cannonball launch.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
And the only reason he lost the fight was because Sekibayashi
took it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, okay, I got this.
Yeah, like Sekibayashi took a one-shot. So, like, he deserves to be an A tier. Yeah, are you okay with the sumo wrestler?
I'm cool with that position.
Okay.
Let's put him there. Let's talk about this next guy because
Wakatsuki.
this next guy, Wakatsuki,
S tier.
S has to be S tier.
After he
I don't know where in S tier though, but we'll talk about that in a minute. So this guy, he came into the tournament and he lost against two people. He lost against Sen Hatsumi.
Yep.
And he lost against the Fang, which we haven't talked about yet.
Nope.
But we've talked a lot about him because he comes up a lot. And he is easily the strongest striker in the entire tournament. Like, no question. And even after that, he still has a stronger punch than that. He comes in, his first match is against this guy here. That's not a mismatch at all.
He's not the reason. Okay, Wakatsuki is not the reason why that dude is in E tier. That dude is in E tier because he's a decathlete that showed up to a fist fight expecting to be one of the best fist fighters in the world at it.
Yeah.
It's like a fucking swimmer. Like a swimmer showing up and trying, like Michael Phelps going to the UFC and trying to like fucking, like Michael Phelps, let's say he's like 155. What the fuck is he gonna do? Like Michael Phelps versus Cowboy Cerrone at 155. What the fuck do you think is gonna happen to him? Are you guys kidding, man? What?
But anyways, what I was trying to get at though is that Wakatsuki threw a normal punch at
because we thought
decathlete.
it was like a special move, or at least I did. I thought it was a special move.
Yeah, I thought it was a special move too. Yeah, I was on that.
Okay, yeah, you were with me on that.
Yeah.
Well, we thought Wakatsuki then.
We thought he had some type of special move that was a one punch. Yeah. But then you find out when he's versing the Mountain, no, that was his normal punch.
And he actually has a one-shot move.
He has a one-shot move. It's called Blast Core.
Yep.
And it hits so much harder. He literally left an indent in the Mountain's chest with it.
Yeah.
Like a fist indent.
Yeah, it was fucking gross. He had to hit him with two of them to put him down.
Yeah. Two of them, and then he still had to kick him to finish him off.
To kick him.
Yeah. But yeah, he's one of the hardest hitters in the entire tournament. No question.
No, like the hardest hitter.
Oh, the hardest hitter. Yeah, not one of the.
The Fang and Metsudo. Okay, so this is the weird thing. This is why we're going to have a hard problem, like a hard time tiering Wakatsuki. Because Wakatsuki can one-shot pretty much everybody in the cast in A tier.
The problem is
everybody
he has to be able to hit you.
Yes.
And that's the issue.
Fast.
There are a couple people that he won't be able to hit. I don't think he hits Ray.
No, but I don't think Ray puts him down.
It's just an epic stalemate.
Yeah,
he can pretty much hit any of these guys.
Remember, Wakatsuki's only losses. It doesn't mean he hasn't Like, his only losses were to the two best fighters in the world.
That's a good point. Yeah.
So
I say we put him above Devil Lance.
Exactly.
Because Devil Lance is one of those characters
below
who he's amazingly good at martial arts, but he can't take a hit from from.
He's not gonna figure out Blast Core.
Yeah, he can't take a hit from Wakatsuki. And guess what happened to the last guy who couldn't take a hit from Wakatsuki? They forfeited after getting hit by one blast core. They're like, "No, man, I'm out. I don't want to die."
Yes, straight up. And we will talk about him shortly. Wakatsuki. Yeah, he made a guy forfeit.
Because they were fighting and Wakatsuki finally hit him with the blast core, and the guy got launched across the stage, hits the other side of the arena, breaks the wall of the arena, and he gets up and he's just like, I forfeit.
I quit.
I'm out.
Dude. I don't even want any part of this.
Yeah.
Okay, we got Cosmo Imai.
Cosmo is also hard to tier because he is the best grappler in the tournament. Bar none. Or not grappler, sorry. Is it grappler or holds?
Grappler.
It is grappler, okay.
Yeah, best grappler.
The best grappler in the tournament. Hands down. Just insane grappler. What's his problems? He's tiny. He's easy to throw around. He's not strong.
His striking is striking shit.
His striking's garbage. He got a lot further in the tournament than I think he deserved to get.
Yeah,
I'm going to be honest.
But zone is ridiculous.
Zone is his special ability where he basically goes into a blind spot and then grapples you without you even realizing that he did it.
Yeah, you're somehow hypnotized in the meantime of this happening. It's really rough, actually.
Yeah.
Cosmo, man, fuck. He beat Akuya. He's B tier for sure.
I think he's B tier.
He's under Sapang. I think Sapang beats his fucking ass. Dude.
Yeah, I think right there. He barely beat Akuya.
Yeah, he did.
Akuya broke his ribs. Akuya was
dying.
Literally killing him. Literally torturing him.
Yeah.
Akuya was on top of him, put his fist in his mouth to stop him from screaming, and was just breaking ribs.
Yes, he was. He was just doing nasty shit. For what, Michael?
Because
for justice.
For justice. Out of yeah. For
Give
justice.
that Gurkha some justice.
Give that Gurkha some justice.
That's awesome. Okay.
Okay, so
I got no. You got no problem with where he's at?
I got no problem with where he's at. I don't think there's anywhere else to put him.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. I
don't want to put him lower because there's a lot of the low tier guys. If you're not a good fighter or you're not strong, you can't get out of his hole.
You're just getting fucking strangled.
Yeah,
maybe Canada might beat him.
His name is literally the Strangler.
Yeah, the Strangler. I think Canada might beat him.
Canada?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Canada here.
Yeah.
Yeah, just because Kanada's gimmick, being able to predict stuff, Kanada would never, here's the problem. Kanada can beat him if Kanada can withstand enough holds.
Or if, if the Cosmo, remember when Cosmo came out and he started banging? Who did he, oh, it was Akiya, when he came out and he started throwing punches at Akiya. If he comes out and he does that to Kanada dies. He gets his face punched off.
What?
Remember when Cosmo Imai, at the start of the fight with Akuya?
Yeah.
When Cosmo came out and he was just throwing hands with Akuya? And they're like, why the fuck is he doing that? If he does that against Kanada dies.
No, I think it's the other way around. I think if he walks into the fight and he immediately just grapples Kanada, brings him to the ground, I think the match ends. But I think if he starts throwing punches, Kanada's going to take the punches for a bit, start predicting them, and start throwing them around.
But that's what, the reason why he did it is to try to open Akiya up.
Oh, so for a grapple.
Yeah,
oh,
so he
right.
only do it temporarily, right?
Yeah, but
either
Kanada
way,
doesn't feel pain.
Yeah, that's true.
Kanada is kind of weird because he's not a good fighter, but he beats some high tier people just because of his gimmick.
Yeah, it's true. He actually does really well against someone that's going to be high tier later on. Whoa. Hey, we got the big bad bully, Adam Dudley from Texas. Let's go.
Adam Dudley from Texas. He is a hockey player.
One-shot ability.
And he has no lower body strength. It's all upper body strength, which means he can throw punches even if he's in holds, and they're still full power.
Yeah.
Because the punch is coming from his back strength and not his leg strength.
He's kind of stupid.
And he fights Cosmo in round 1. And Cosmo is good enough at predicting when the big punches are coming to not get hit by them, because if he did get hit by them, the match would be over.
Yep.
He's one of those guys. But I think
Dudley's B tier, but
I think he's B tier, but I think he's just lower in B tier than Cosmo. I think
he's after Akiya. I think he doesn't get past Akiya.
I think he doesn't get past. Yeah, I think the sumo just can't take hits from him.
Dudley can fight, man.
Yeah, Dudley, like, he gets taken out first round, but he's pretty stinking good.
He gets taken out by like a high B tier guy.
Yeah,
and by Zone. Zone is
the only reason he loses that fight.
Zone is an S tier hacks.
Yeah,
is what it is. Zone is an S tier hacks.
Because he literally didn't realize that he was being choked for several seconds, and once he did realize, he was unconscious.
It was fucking too late. Well, now look at the big boy.
Who is this?
Calon, bro.
Oh, yeah, he wasn't looking at it right.
We can break into Dudley a little bit more.
Oh, yeah, we could. I mean, there's not much else to talk about Dudley. Yeah. Stupid upper body strength, stupid powerful punches.
Yeah.
You don't really get to see him punch anyone because Cosmo is smart enough to dodge all of his stupid powerful punches.
Yeah, that's
fine. But man, Cosmo does take a beating from him sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
But he only takes a beating long enough to get an opening.
Right? Yeah. I just don't think he gets past Akiya. I think Akiya puts that shit down.
Yeah.
Calon though.
Oh my God.
S tier.
S tier. Kowloon is S tier, even though, you know what the crazy thing is? Every single one of the people the Fang fights are way higher tier than they get in the tournament. Okubo loses round 1 to Fang.
Yeah.
He's A tier. Kowloon, S tier. Yeah. Loses to Fang round 2.
The reason why Kowloon is S tier is not because of... Well, actually... Yeah, it's a lot of it's because of his Fang fight.
Yeah,
but
even then, like, he has
without it,
he is claimed in the anime and in the manga that he has the fastest punches out of the entire roster.
Fastest jab.
The fastest jab out of the entire roster.
Yeah, fastest jab.
Kaneda was able to predict the jab, but only what?
Kinda.
Well, he was able to predict it when he knew it was coming.
Yeah.
Like, he wasn't able to react to it. He was able to see it coming before it happened and then dodge accordingly.
Yep.
But that doesn't mean that he's fast. And he also lost that fight anyways because this guy is a professional boxer and Kaneda is
he knows Muay Thai too.
Chess player.
Oh yeah. If y'all are wondering, like if y'all are on this bullshit that Kowloon's a boxer and doesn't use Muay Thai, no. He knows Muay Thai too.
Yeah. The Fang specifically wanted him to use Muay Thai against him.
Yeah.
He's like, show me your Muay Thai.
And things got spooky.
And then the Fang realized that he had made a mistake.
Yes. Yes.
And the fact that this guy, honestly, I'm putting him above
Demon Lance.
Demon Lance.
Yeah.
Demon Lance can't, he's too aggressive.
He might just beat Wakatsuki, but that's predicated on him staying out of range
of Blast Core, because Blast Core will one-shot. Oh, yeah, base punches.
Blast
Blast Core will one-shot him.
Yeah.
Base punches will almost one-shot him.
Yeah. The thing with Wakatsuki is Wakatsuki developed the Blast Core to beat the Fang, but didn't have anything to beat Sen Hatsumi.
Yeah.
He had no clue.
He had nothing to fight Sen Hatsumi with.
He just figured he was going to beat him.
Yeah.
But
now, mind you, we should probably mention, we've already went through all this so far, we haven't actually watched the semifinals or finals yet, or read the semifinals or finals yet. Those fights would be Wakatsuki versus Oma, and on the other side we have Fang versus the Devil Lance.
Yeah.
And we expect Fang to beat the Devil Lance, let's be honest.
Yep.
And then the other side, we're probably going to see Wakatsuki take that, I want to say, but Oma might take it as well.
Oma might take it.
Yeah, but anyways, I don't think there's anything in those final fights that we won't already know about. But yeah, Kowloon deserves his S tier ranking. He is an insanely good fighter. His fight with the Fang was the hardest fight that Fang has ever had in his entire career.
Yep.
And the only reason why he's lower than Wakatsuki and Sen Hatsumi is because we know that he's lost. It's because these guys both have counters to him.
It's not just like counters. It's his durability isn't
great.
Out.
Yeah, the reason that he was able to go against the Fang so long is because of his onslaught.
Yeah.
His onslaught's really good. But Sen Hatsumi is the kind of guy who just goes, no, you just don't hit me.
Yeah.
And Wakatsuki's the kind of guy who goes, I just one punch you.
Yeah.
I'll take a few hits to drop you.
He got his face ripped off to beat the mountain.
Yeah, he literally got half his face ripped off when he beat the mountain. So I think that's a good spot.
Yeah.
And I don't think he's getting hit by the Devil Lance's jab ability.
I can't see it. I can't see it happening either. I say the flash jab keeps Devil Lance out.
Yeah.
And then he just batters him. He doesn't have to go to Muay Thai, I don't think.
No.
If he does, it's a bit of a trip. If Kalon starts hitting you, you're in fucking trouble. If he starts kicking you...
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oma's adamantine form was Fang stole it to protect himself against...
And the adamantine form is strong enough to block a knife, wasn't it?
Something stupid.
Like a kunai or a dagger or something.
It was pretty fucking ridiculous. And just has been eating shots and absorbing damage for Oma throughout the series. Fang stole it to save himself from
a punch.
No, a combo.
A combo.
From Kowloon.
From Kowloon. And Kowloon was able to break the adamantine form with it.
Yeah, and smashed his body into pieces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's that. Since we've been talking about the Fang, we probably should move on.
Drum roll, please. Let's fucking go.
So we're pretty confident that the Fang is the best fighter.
Yeah.
He's supposed to be the best fighter, but also he just is.
The highest of S tier.
He has never had a loss in a fight, and he has 160 now wins.
Yep. And he's currently disposing of the other Fangs.
Yeah, he even went up against a previous Fang and beat them.
Yeah, easy.
Before he went into the quarterfinals.
Right before he fought Sen Hatsumi.
Yeah.
Literally right before.
And then he went to Sen Hatsumi and he's just like, okay, I'm just going to mollywop you. So let's just put him where he belongs.
Yep.
The highest tier.
The big banana. The god killer himself.
Yeah.
He bounced Oma off a wall.
He bounced Oma off a wall with one punch or a kick?
It was a kick.
It was a kick, yeah.
He said that Wakatsuki's only threats in the entire tournament were the Mountain or Ryan.
Yeah.
He is the second loss that Wakatsuki ever received.
Yeah, Wakatsuki's lost against two people, and it's these two people.
Yeah, literally those two.
It's Wakatsuki, and then these two people have beaten Wakatsuki.
And Wakatsuki designed a move that could kill him. That's what he did. His answer to the Fang...
He lost to the Fang.
We'll bring up some Blastocore scans in the edit, but, you'll see.
Yeah, he lost to the Fang, and then he's like, oh, okay.
You'll fucking see.
I lost to the Fang, so I'll just invent a move that one-shots the Fang. That way he can't evolve to my techniques. And by the way, that's the Fang's special ability. It's literally called evolution. Yeah. And what he does is, as he's fighting you, he is slowly learning and adapting to your techniques as you're using them against him.
Unbelievable. He is fucking ridiculous. And like Pie Truck said earlier, the fight between Fang and Okubo is the best in the series. Ryan and Oma.
Well, it's the best
really
in the
cool.
Animated series. I honestly think that
in the animated
the
series
Kowloon fight is going to be the best fight once they get the
Oh
next
my God.
season out, if they ever do another season.
Every one of Fang's fights are bangers.
Yeah.
Except for the Sen Hatsumi fight for some reason.
Yeah, the Sen Hatsumi fight, we were really anticipating that one, and it showed up, and it was just kind of like, oh, he just kind of, yeah. Sen just didn't have anything against him. And it's because the Fang, it was right after the Fang he fought the other Fang, and it was kind of to try and tell the Fang, hey, maybe you should stop. It's kind of confusing when we call everyone Fang. So the fourth Fang fought the fifth Fang, because he was mad at how the Fifth Fang had versed Kao Long in the previous round.
Yep.
And so they fought each other because they wanted the Fifth Fang to stop doing this sort of like better than thou fighting style where he always felt like he had to copy your martial arts and beat you with your own martial arts. And the other Fangs are kind of like, why are you doing that? Why don't you just beat people? And so he walked into the Sen Hatsumi. He walks into the Sen Hatsumi fight with that mentality, and he's just throwing things at him. And he's not trying to use Sen Hatsumi's fighting style, which honestly is really weird and convoluted.
Yeah, and everybody in the, well, every spectator watching was like, we have no idea what Fang is doing.
Yeah.
But he's doing something.
Yeah, and he ended up winning that fight, and you know what?
Pretty handedly.
Like, Sen Hatsumi didn't land anything worth no. He did the shotgun, and it just didn't matter.
It didn't matter. He got his finger broke.
He got his finger broke by doing it.
Yeah. Fuck. You know what? That shit wouldn't work on Sa Peng, though. That's a gimmick.
Yeah, that's a...
the triple Gumo. Imagine how shocked he'd be.
It would break his entire arm.
He can't even recoil in time. He already finished all three, and his hand is just a fucking... just a fucking mangled mess.
Yeah.
And he got Sa Peng.
He would know ahead of time, though, unless he versed Sa Peng in the first round. Because he figured out, everyone found out after the first round that Sa Peng had a stupid hard skull. Because this guy, the next guy we're going to talk about, the fisherman, he punched Sa Peng and it broke his fingers.
It did. It just broke all of his fingers. Okay, well, let's bring his ass up.
Let's do it. The fisherman.
What is his name? Yoshinari Kano.
Yeah, Yoshinaru Karo.
Yeah.
Kano.
Kano? Oh, I think it's just Kano.
Kano?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the R's silent.
Yeah.
Anyway, so he's a beefy, he's a fisherman, and apparently
he's a big...
Being a fisherman makes him a better fighter.
Oh, yeah, it does. Especially if you hit him in the head. If you hit him in the fucking head, you turn him into a monster.
An absolute monster. So he suffers from something called land sickness because he's on the sea so much and he's off balance all the time.
Yep.
That being on stable ground actually makes him dizzy.
He loses to Sa Peng, but losing to Sa Peng isn't a bad thing because Sa Peng is one of the B-tier gatekeepers.
Yeah.
And if you can get over on Sa Peng,
he's very, very strong. I wouldn't really call him a skilled fighter, though. He's just got strength. I think he's mid B tier.
Kind of slow, mid B tier.
Yeah, I think he's mid B tier.
I think
like
he beats.
I think he beats Akuya.
You think so?
I don't think he beats the Grappler though.
I don't think he beats Akuya.
No?
No, because he.
Oh yeah, right. Akuya beat. Yeah.
No variety.
No variety.
I think him and Dudley are like kind of
similar.
Yeah.
Like these guys, all of these guys here, this group of four, they're all the big, heavy hitting guys that lose round one.
Yeah.
These four. The fisherman, I want to put the fisherman actually below
Dudley,
I think.
You think Dudley takes it?
No, you know what? No, I'll put him above. Because, yeah, if you hit him in the head, getting the land sickness taken care of, it just made him such a monster.
Yeah. And now we got Muteba Gitzenga.
Muteba Gitzenga. His nickname is literally the Genocider.
This fucking guy.
This guy. We have a lot.
For this
we have a lot to talk about with this guy.
Every fight after every fight, just slaying hotel rooms full of pussy. This guy is a monster. This guy is a monster. He gets involved, always in a Speedo, and he's just doing his thing. He's a killer. Yeah. He's blind.
He's blind.
He uses sonar like a bat, and he smells you.
He can smell you.
And he can hear you.
He has smell-o-vision.
Yep, he can hear you too.
He can hear you with the.
But he can
being heard.
Focus on hearing you. Like him hearing you is a lot different than most other people.
Well, yeah, because he has,
assassinizing skills.
Yeah, So this guy is probably, out of everyone in the tournament, he has the highest level of murderous intent.
Yeah.
He walks into every match with the intent... Actually, you know what? No, I'll take that back. He doesn't walk into the match with the intent to kill you, but killing you is an option for him winning the fight.
Most of the time, yeah.
This guy, he fights...
kills all of C tier.
He kills everyone in C tier. He kills most of the people in B tier.
Yeah.
Some of the people in B tier are people...
I think he beats Akiya, dude.
Anyways, we need to talk about why a bit more about this guy, because I want to talk about... We talked earlier about how one of the contestants forfeited when they got hit by the blast core with Wakatsuki.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That was this guy.
Yes.
He forfeited his match against Wakatsuki after getting hit by one blast core. Because he's like, if I get hit by another one of those, it'll kill me. And I don't want to die.
Yeah.
Literally. And it's crazy because he's went up against some crazy people. Well, actually, no, not really. His first match was against the judo guy. And he destroyed the judo guy. The judo guy...
He took some damage. He got his eyes stabbed.
Yeah. It's too bad he didn't need them. Oh no, you stabbed the eyes of a blind man.
Well, that exposed the gimmick.
Yeah. It exposed the gimmick round one.
Yeah, his round one gimmick. You know what? He had a gimmick to expose every round.
Every single round he had a gimmick.
Yeah.
Every single round. It's like round one he had the I'm actually blind.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter if you stab my eyes out.
Round two it was...
Round two it was the heart stab.
No, and the fucking smelling you.
Oh yeah, the smelling. The smell-o-vision.
Yeah, the smelling, the
It's
hearing.
like secretly
all of his senses got fucking...
super enhanced because he's blind.
Yeah.
That's just a normal thing that happens. But yeah, so he can actually smell you. So he can figure out where you are by your scent.
Yep.
And he can use that to heart stab you in the heart.
Yep. And echolocation is a thing.
Echolocation is a thing.
For him.
Yeah. And then he had, in the final round, he was like, oh, guess what? I'm not actually blind anymore. They gave me a robotic eye.
That somehow works.
Yeah.
And it's thermal. It has thermal.
Thermal vision.
Yeah. And Wakatsuki was like, I don't care about your eye, bro.
You don't need to see. I can still beat you with one punch. And the guy, he knew it. Like, Gitsenga, when he was going up against Wakatsuki, he's just like, yeah, I can't get hit by anything ever with this guy.
No. Straight up. He got hit by a glancing blow, and the first time he got anything landed clean on him, he got launched across the arena, came out of the wall, and quit.
Yeah. And actually, no, there was one, he blocked a shot from Wakatsuki with his arm, and it literally broke his arm.
Yeah.
He blocked a shot.
It cracked his arm.
It cracked his arm?
It cracked his arm. Yeah, because remember there was the big crack, like...
Oh, yeah.
And then he said, what did Kazenga say? He said, yeah, that cracked my block or something, like something weird.
Yeah.
We'll pull up a scan for it.
And the thing with that is that he actually...
He's a threat.
He is a threat. Kazenga's ability is, like, the hard stab is insane. The eye poke is insane.
The fact that he'll go for the hard stab if he knows he can't beat you.
Yeah, like, he goes for the eye poke first. First, he's like, I'm going to take out your eyes because that way we're on a level playing field.
Yeah.
Except I've been blind my entire life, so it's obviously not level.
And, bro, I know Daredevil.
He tried the eye poke on Sekibayashi 3 times.
Yep.
And Sekibayashi is just like, nah, I'm just going to tilt my head back. I'll take it in the cheeks.
What a cool fight that was, though.
That was such a good fight.
That was a fucking great fight. It was a war.
It was an actual war.
Sekibayashi had a war with Kazenga. And this is why we're having a hard time.
I would put Kazenga above Sekibayashi.
I think he goes above Bondo.
Yeah, I think he goes above Bondo. Even though I don't know if he can actually get in on Bondo, but I still think he's above Bondo because he can beat more people than Bondo can.
Yeah, I think so.
Like I would even put him above the Mountain, because the Mountain.
He takes the Mountain's eyes out.
He takes the Mountain's eyes out, and the Mountain's just useless.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
that's maybe even above Okubo.
Yeah, he'll kill Okubo.
I think the only person who can get one on him is this guy.
Setsuna?
The heart spin.
Yeah.
Because, like, once that's a mechanic, he doesn't, like, Setsuna doesn't need to worry about taking out his senses, taking out his hearing, taking out his smell. He just goes, bang, your left arm's disabled. Bang, your right arm's disabled. Bang, you don't have a heart anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. That Rock Sasha Palm, that it's kind of a, it's an S tier hacks. It's another one of the S tier hacks. We should do a hacks breakdown.
Hacks breakdown.
Yeah,
maybe another time.
Yeah, maybe do a hacks.
Yeah, so
breakdown video.
I think that's the end of the tier list. Is there anything else we want to say before we close this off?
No, I'm actually surprised we only got one E tier guy.
Yeah, we just got one E tier guy.
Yeah.
We could just take out the E tier and just put him at the bottom of D tier.
Keep him
in E tier.
Yeah, keep him in E tier.
Because he sucks.
Because he sucks ass, bro. You deserve that. And the next time we do a tier list, it's going to be further on in the series.
Yeah, we might do another tier list later. Yeah.
Yeah, if this one kicks off, if everybody likes it, but like this is just personal speculation.
Yeah, and this isn't based on how much we like the characters or anything like that. It's purely based on how good they are as a fighter.
Yeah.
And how strong they are compared to the other fighters.
If that was the case, my guy would be
the top.
Yeah.
And my guys would be the top. My guys are actually really low on the list, aren't they?
Except no.
Sekuma, he's
your guys are higher than mine.
Oh yeah, both of them are. Yeah, they're both right here.
Yeah.
And then your guy's there,
yep.
and your other guy's up here.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I guess that's fair. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think that's everything.
That was awesome. This was such a big experience.
Thanks everyone for chilling with us, going through these characters. Just tons of fun reading Kengan and learning all this stuff about the characters and just actually having a good tournament arc.
Yeah,
in
oh
a
my
show.
God. That is going to be an episode that we're going to be talking about on our YouTube channel.
We just need to have like tournament arcs just as a topic once.
I think so too. I think we should do tournament arc breakdowns.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I hope that you like and subscribe on the video.
Tune in next time. I hope you guys like our fucking avatars.
Follow if you're on Twitch. Oh yeah, the avatars, that's a thing now. So I hope you like them. If you don't, let us know. If you do, let us know.
Yeah.
Either way.
Hey, we missed you guys. We love you guys. We'll see you guys next weekend. Thanks for coming and having a slice of pie with us.